Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Jazz Zodiac Podcast, the podcast that has no real agenda and no real script, as far as you know. This is the podcast that saw the Jade Cargill heel turn on SmackDown last night, saw it a mile away, and I hope to God they don't drop the title to fucking Jade at the main event next weekend. That being said, let me address something, the elephant in the room real quick. Restream is not allowing me to change my background logo. It has my other podcast logo on there. So disregard for now. We'll fix that at a later date. I don't want to deal with it now. I don't want to keep these gentlemen too longer than I need to be. But let me go ahead and introduce first. He is the host and the creator of the Charles Richardson Show. None other than Mr. Charles Richardson. Sir, how are you?
Oh, I've had better days, but so far so good.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, shit! The goat! The goat!
Wow, Louis Guzman is calling you the GOAT. Wow, that's high praise.
That's right.
And of course,
my son actually said, "What does that mean?" Is he okay? GOAT is an acronym, and I spelled it out. Greatest of all time. Because funny. Apparently his classmates apparently name off some superheroes as goats, and he's like, "What's that?" I don't know. He's an animal. So, anyway, I educated my son.
Kids are adorable.
And of course, we have the repeat movie viewer, the creator of the Psycho Nerd podcast, none other than the Psycho Nerd.
Change your fucking tampon and have another
Has
drink.
another drink, you crazy fucking bitch.
Wow, Mitch! Whoa, that's mean. How dare he? I'm gonna have a stern talking with him. We need to not let him talk as often. We have a lot to talk about today. We did see a little confrontation between Paul Heyman and Becky Lynch after her match with Maxine Dupree. Apparently, Seth did not trust anything that Paul. But here, I know this is not on our topics, but why the fuck would you align with someone that you didn't trust? That makes. Yes, you in the back.
Yeah, yes, I'd like to jump in on that.
Sure,
because Paul Heyman, even though he's a lion penguin, according to Becky, which is very true, he aligns himself with greatness. And notice that Seth Rollins, nor Roman Reigns, nor Brock Lesnar had a title. But guess what? It seems like the main titles, we're not talking about some little pissant U.S. title or Intercontinental title. Major titles seem to follow the Penguin. So Seth got with the Penguin, even though it's an evil, and even though he knows he's going to turn, because he literally saw him turn on his other two friends and associates in the same match.
He's made a career out of turning his back on all of his
clients. He's burned so many bridges. They need to hire him in Corpus to take down the Harbor Bridge. That's how many bridges he's burned. So.
This is the guy that turned his back on Brock Lesnar to favor Big Show, and then turned his back on Big Show to go back to Brock Lesnar. Like, what the fuck?
The point is, Seth has always made moves for Seth.
Yep.
And what better move to go ahead and align with the GOAT?
Yep.
He did the same thing. He aligned with Triple H over his buddies, the Shield. So he's just as much of a backstabber as Paul.
That is a valid point, and that's I will, before we talk about the first topic, I will say that both of this year's Money in the Bank winners, both Seth and Naomi, had to vacate their titles due to medical reasons.
Ooh, see,
I
was thinking about that. That sucks.
Both of them. So,
well, at least Naomi's not an injury; it's a pregnancy. But still, she's going to be out for a long time.
Jimmy's all gas, no brakes when it comes to the pullout game. So, anywho, the first topic we'll transition to. That's a great transition right there.
Isn't it?
The marriage between ESPN and WWE is not going as planned. Who would have thought that would be a thing? The big push for WrestlePalooza to get more subscribers only brought another 125,000 new subs to the new ESPN app, with them losing hundreds of millions of dollars in the deal. I'll start with you, Psycho. You said you had a lot to talk about this. Thoughts on why the numbers aren't there when it comes to the ESPN app in WWE?
As far as I'm concerned, there's probably at least a few different things. For one, who in the hell wants, in this day and age, with inflation as bad as it's getting lately, and it's getting worse every damn day,
Yep.
who in the hell, not so much wants, but who the hell can afford $30 a month to watch a PLE, especially WrestlePalooza, which from what I heard was a crap show. Only
Stink
one
fest.
decent match. Yeah, I heard there was one good match on the whole card. Haven't seen it yet. I will see it eventually, so I can throw my 2 cents in. But who in the hell can afford $30 a month? It's like, okay, that's what it was back in the 90s, back during the pay-per-view days. That's the way it was. Nobody complained because that's just the way it was. And then we get the WWE Network, $9.99 a month, and then even with Peacock, which I am subscribed to, it wasn't horrible. It's like, okay, you pay for multiple different services. It is what it is. If you'd have jumped it up to about $15, people probably would have jumped on that. Like, oh, you know what? It's a few extra dollars. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
$20, pushing it, but maybe people would have done it. But $30, guys, $30 fucking dollars a month. Do you understand people are struggling out there? Unbelievably, from paycheck to paycheck, people are struggling to get through their day. Nobody's going to pay $30 a goddamn month, especially when people have a secondary option, that being the VPN, which Stephanie McMahon dropped on her podcast. She totally dropped that to everybody. And it's like, well, she just gave us the keys to the kingdom. Why the fuck are we going to pay $30 a month if we have another option?
And the thing that really pisses me off about this whole thing is that the UFC fans got a much better deal when it came to TKO. They're paying, they get Peacock, which is like what, $10 a month, and they get every pay-per-view that comes out during the year. Meanwhile, the WWE fans are having to pay $30 a month. Might as well pay for the pay-per-view at that point.
Yep.
If that's even an option anymore.
I have no idea.
It's just way too much fucking, it's I'm not going to pay $30 a month for an app I'm going to use once a month. It's just not a good investment. Now, with the VPN route, I paid for 3 years of service, which I have. I paid like $120 and I have it for 3 years. Netflix, I got the $8 plan. I get commercials here and there. Done. It pays for itself. It's done.
As far as I'm concerned, that $30 that you people are expecting me to pay, let me tell you what I do with that $30. Okay, I take that $30. I subscribe to the Alamo Season Pass. I am a huge movie lover, in case you didn't know that.
No.
You didn't know. I take that $30. That is a monthly charge service for me to go and watch movies, as many as I want. One free movie a day, no service fees whatsoever anymore. That is a better value for me because I watch 10 to 20 movies a month. Every single movie I watch, every single ticket that I go into gets cheaper and cheaper. $30 a month for that. That is a much better value for me than paying $30 a month for a goddamn PLE that may end up not being that great. Just throwing it out there.
Terrell, I know you probably have an opinion about this. I want to hear what you have to say. So let me get comfortable here. Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely, and this goes out to TKO. Because it is TKO that's doing all this. Because I bet you anything, if it was up to Triple H and Stephanie, and probably, maybe, The Rock. I think if it was up to them, it'd be more fan focused because you're not just seeing $30, $35. Because when you take a look at it, the ESPN network or ESPN Unlimited, when you just take a look at that, it's basically that's really all you're getting. And then you have, if you're a good sports fan, like if you like hockey and in college football and stuff like that, oh, don't get me wrong, ESPN is pretty fucking great. It really is. It's good. You get the Disney package that comes in there. So about $45 a month, you get Disney. You get, Hulu's now going to be incorporated into Disney here soon. And then you have ESPN Unlimited. When you take a look at it, it doesn't sound terrible. It doesn't sound great either.
No.
But taking a look back, you had the USA Network. You actually had Fox on your side for a little bit. You had televised events that everybody could see. And yes, you had the Netflix doom and gloom boom over there. You had that going on. So immediately you went ahead and took Raw off and put it on Netflix. And we were thinking here that, Peacock will still be for the pay-per-views until Netflix goes ahead and squishes the deal together and we have everything all in one.
You would think.
Which would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
But no. Nope. TKO says, we fucked up UFC. We want to fuck up WWE. So what do? Now you have ESPN doing the pay-per-view. You have Netflix doing Monday Night Raw. And then maybe we'll keep Friday Night SmackDown, which is only 2 hours now, on regular TV.
Yeah.
We'll just do that, because what better way to go ahead and get our grubby little hands on more money than by squeezing the water out of the fucking rock that we know of. And I'm not talking about Dwayne. I'm talking about the actual rock that is us. We have nothing more to go with what we have. And unfortunately, diehard wrestling fans are going to pay for it, which is why you had the 125,000 that actually went ahead and bit the bullet, went over to ESPN and did it, because that's your diehard. Why isn't it working? Well, because nobody wants to spend more fucking money watching a fucking soap opera. True. Yes, it's entertaining. Yes, it's fun. Yes, we have a lot of big shot celebrities that we get to see every week. But my God, how much more do you want? You're already jacking up the prices on everything. Fucking nosebleed seats are $200 to a regular televised event.
Bullshit,
are you
man.
fucking kidding me? I remember going to Raw, sitting in the 300 sections for $35, and that was me and my girlfriend at the time. You've risen prices on everything, trying to milk as much. Don't get me wrong, your profits are skyrocketing right here. Oh, the board of directors is loving you. But the one thing you're doing is you're giving the two weird number ones up to everybody else that actually is a fan. Don't be surprised. Scratch that. Yes, don't be surprised if WWE is still number one, is still the best in the game, will still always have more viewers than everybody else, because it's like Disney. They'll raise the prices to obscene levels, but people will still pay. The new fuckheads at TKO know this, and they're raping everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. And, I mean, if you're out there using the VPN to do it, more power to you. And it's funny because
it's a necessary third option, though.
But here's the thing, though, too, is that in Canada and overseas, everything WWE is on Netflix. Everything. So why is America getting fucked? That's my question. Why are the American people that watch and love this sport that we have been fans for 10, 20, 30, whatever many years we have been fans, why are we the ones having to pay for it?
See, the I'm going to go ahead and here is my very limited I wish Vince was back in charge list.
Ooh.
Because I don't want him in charge, because I think creative has been so much better. And I think
agreed.
A lot of the talent has been better and happier, even though there have been some rumblings here and there about creative, but still overall morale is a lot better, a lot happier.
Agreed.
We got the freaking perverted old fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But here's my limited I wish Vince was still in charge. He would never do something like this.
Nope.
Not on top of that, taking the sacred mat and basically plastering it with graffiti. You would never see that happen. You would never see, and I say never see Saudi fucking Arabia with a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another time, but I'm not happy about that either. And I know I'm not the only one.
Well, here's my thing
about no. First off, the UK should be head and shoulders above to get a WrestleMania.
Oh, amen to that, man. They deserve it. They do.
And the fact that you're holding two back-to-back WrestleManias in Vegas,
Yeah.
Only seems one thing. You're kicking the football between the proverbial uprights of my two middle fingers in everybody's face.
See, WWE is becoming the NFL. And by the NFL, I mean the fucking talent is asking for way more money than they deserve. Why are wrestlers making multi-million dollars? Why?
Wait a second. Wait, no. Let's wait a second. Wait a second. On top of raising the prices to optimum cockbag levels, you're going ahead and actually negotiating with wrestlers saying, are you really worth $15 million there, Roman Reigns, for showing up once a month?
I'll give you the short answer. No.
Exactly.
Nobody.
He doesn't deserve that kind of money. He's on TV 5 times a fucking year.
My point is, though, they're not paying the wrestlers overly priced. And if they are, they're waiting until that contract goes under. That's where you have the Ron Killings leaving. That's where you have just everybody else that wants to go back to AEW or find fruits of labor somewhere else, is because they're not paying the wrestlers over. They're not overly priced. That is one thing that they are smart in doing. We're just getting raped to begin with because they want that profit margin so far up their ass.
True. I mean, that could be a whole other argument too about how the pay has changed since WCW back in the mid '90s. Changed just threw money at people. Here's money, come and you'll wrestle a much lesser schedule. That's a whole other argument.
Yeah.
But let's move on to another. Speaking of WCW,
because we could talk about this all.
We could do this for hours. But since we're talking about WCW, Vince Russo, who, by the way, I've gone on record saying is a piece of shit. I hate Vince Russo. I think he's a big waste of space. But he strikes again in throwing hammers, and thank you for that phrase, Psycho. I'd heard it before, just it didn't click in my head. Apparently, he's claiming that John Cena is very unhappy and that he is so unhappy with his retirement tour that when it's over, he is suggesting that Cena is going to jump ship and go to AEW. With that being said, is Vince correct? For once in his life, is he correct? Or is he just being like he usually is, just full of hot air and bad sources? We'll start with Charles on this one.
I'm not going to say Vince is correct or Vince is incorrect. I will say this, is I'm not very worried about John Cena making the wrong decision. Whether that decision be, honestly, let's think about it. Whether that decision be to hang up his boots for good out of wrestling, okay, or whether he goes ahead and hang up his boots from WWE. I will go ahead and say this. Anytime you heard him talking about retirement and talking to the fans, he is always saying WWE.
It's
now,
true.
If
that is true,
he does jump ship and go to AEW, there is a reason. There is a reason why. And it's not to go ahead and give the FU to WWE. It's not, even though they'll take it that way. No, not even the money.
No, you don't.
I don't even think it's the money. I think he wants to go out on his own terms. And if this is the case where he doesn't go out on his own terms, he doesn't get the match, even though The Rock has been quoted to saying, I got a little influence, but it's all what John wants. He's earned that. Rock has gone on record saying that. Mm-hmm. If there's any grumblings whatsoever as to John Cena's final match or retirement match, or if he hasn't gotten a chance to wrestle A, B, or C, you got to make it. You got to go where you wrestle everybody you can before your body gives out. Does that mean MJF? Imagine a John Cena MJF match.
Be a classic good versus evil at that point.
I'm just saying, think about it. Now, does John Cena and MJF have spoken? They have.
Oh, yeah, they were at the premiere of the Iron Claw. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah.
So, is that one of the things that maybe John Cena said? Listen, there's not going to be a way to get MJF to WWE. That's a fact. AEW won't release them. Blah blah blah. But I want to wrestle MJF. maybe a one-day contract with the AEW just to come on there, shoot a promo,
I mean, they can
or
do it
a 1 week contract or something like that. Just come on there, shoot a promo, very little pay. I'm sure he'll negotiate with something because the pay-per-view that he goes on, because it ain't going to be a regular freaking Dynamite show or anything.
God, no.
The pay-per-view that he goes on is going to generate mega millions.
Yep.
It will blow anything that WWE has done out of the water because it's something that's never been seen, never been happening, never will again. And this is not the first time, last time Rock Cena, because we knew that wasn't.
Yeah, we knew that was coming. Yeah.
But this will never happen again. And this is not a thing with Cena saying F you to WWE. It's just, listen, you don't have the capability of making this happen. I need to go where it can be made happen. Now, this is only if John has that itch. If Edge comes back, I think that's a great final match. I think he should walk away.
Yeah.
And be done with it. But if he goes ahead and faces Gunther,
Which I've heard,
there's going to be a hole in that pit of his stomach to the point where he's going to find a way to go ahead and get one more match.
Yeah. Psycho, anything you want to add to that?
I mean, as far as Vince Russo, I was looking up his podcast last night just to kind of see exactly what he was talking about. And he literally just says he heard. So I don't put a whole lot of stock in I heard. Okay. It's like that just means he heard a rumor, probably heard from somebody. So I don't put any stock in that. Whether or not John Cena does this, it's his choice. If that's what he wants to do, more power to him. Whether or not he's unhappy with with this year, with the whole heel turn and whatnot, again, he was like, "Yeah, I hear he's unhappy with it. He's not happy with the direction it went in, and it was a failure." And it's like, well, maybe if y'all didn't have him turn babyface literally like that, maybe it wouldn't have been. Maybe it would have been more effective. It's like he goes on this whole evil run for what, 4 months?
If even that,
it wasn't enough time, though. There wasn't enough.
It really wasn't. No, it wasn't. And that's the problem. It's like this should have been more thought out, more planned out, and it should have gone for longer and not, I'm in a bad mood for 4 months. And then all of a sudden, hey, you know what? You kicked the shit out of me. And that makes me realize I want to be the good Cena.
Yeah.
And
like, the build up to the turn made sense. You know, the Rock wanted Cody's soul right before WrestleMania, all that shit. And everybody always knows you always have a plan B. But the thing about the Cena turn is that nobody saw it coming. Like very few people.
It's actually listed as number one heel turn for now, but ahead of the Seth turn on the Shield.
But, you know, I hate to toot my own horn here, but back in February, somebody called that heel turn and everybody was like, "Oh, you're full of shit." Who's laughing now?
And listen, you can go ahead and laugh all you want. Cena, I know wanted that heel turn. I know he did. He did. That's why they put it in there. But I'll bet you creative was like, dude, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
because
it's like when you achieve a goal and you get there, it's like, okay, now what do I do?
But they were trying to appease Cena, and listen, at some point in time, creative's like said, listen, we got nowhere. You know, The Rock, who originally orchestrated this whole plan, is not available. We can't book him. There's nothing more we can do. We just got to ride this out as best we can. But, you know, honestly, let's turn your heel before the whole thing gets ruined.
And that's the biggest thing is that had The Rock made himself available, this heel turn would have been a lot more successful because now you have Palpatine and you have Darth Vader. You cannot have one without the other. They do not exist alone. The rule of two, there has to be the head. There's always two. There are a master and an apprentice. So, and it made no sense. The Rock or Cena's just like, oh well, I'm a bad guy, and then he did the whole, it's not you, it's not me, it's you. I'm breaking up with you, which was great for what it was.
I thought it worked very
so
well.
much better.
But that's the thing, though. It can't go anywhere. It can only go so far.
Yeah.
Unless the other party who got you into that phase is there, and he wasn't.
Yep. True. Now,
my
say my take on this whole thing is that Cena has on record saying his body cannot handle a wrestling schedule anymore.
That's what I was going to bring up.
And me personally, I'm like, okay, cool. So he has 4 dates left, including next weekend?
3, I think.
3 or 4, 1 of the 2.
4.
So he's got 3 or 4
Saturday night main event, and then he's got Boston and San Diego.
And then DC. DC is the last match.
Oh, okay. So he has 4 days left.
4 days. So I think when he's done, when he's done, he is going to not take the road traveled by Hulk Hogan.
I was just going to say, it sounds just like it.
By Sting. He's like, when I'm done, I'm fucking done. I will see you in a couple of years when I'm in the Hall of Fame. And that's going to be it. He's going to move on to Hollywood and I honestly see no fault in that.
No, dude, Peacemaker was awesome.
He's given his time
so
to King
well.
of Country. He's given his time to King of Country in WWE. He deserves to not have to be here unless he's in the Hall of Fame. I don't need to see him as a special general manager or maybe on a anniversary of Raw or SmackDown. Yeah, that'd be the one exception.
An appearance every once in a while. Yeah.
But I don't need him to be wrestling when he's done. And that's pretty much what he's saying. He's Vince Russo, go fuck yourself. Cena is very happy where he's at. And Cena is very loyal to WWE. There's times he could have left and he didn't. He stayed right where he was. And prior to this current title run that he had, that's a whole nother fucking argument. Yeah. He hadn't had a title run since 2017. So it'd been like 7-8 years. That's a big, he could have already had 20 at this point if we wanted to do that. But my point is that Vince Russo is full of shit. Cena is happy. He's not going to eat. If he jumped to AEW, I will eat a dick straight up.
No.
Is that going to be on camera?
It is really a possibility. I mean, unless you're looking forward to eating a dick.
No, I'm really not. No.
It is a possibility. It really is. Like I have heard rumors and rumblings aside from Vince that Cena's not happy. So I have heard rumblings that he wants to face a few people that he's not getting the chance to face.
Yeah, now, but it just makes him look like a hypocrite. Oh, this is my last match, and then and it's not like he's Ric Flair who was going through a fucking divorce. That's why he went to TNA.
But if he goes ahead, honestly, if he goes ahead and mentions retirement on whatever his promos are, if he mentions this will be my last match in WWE.
Yeah.
It's all about reading between the lines, man. If he says WWE, then it's like
I don't see it.
I don't think this is my last match ever.
I don't think he'd want to jeopardize his standing in the company. It's obviously a good standing. So,
well, if it pisses them off, then that means they're kind of petty because it's like, okay, well, I can do whatever I want. He's John fucking Cena of all people.
Here's the other thing. Here's a very minor point, and unfortunately, it's going to really suck if that's the case. WWE owns his name, even though it's his real name.
That's true.
He owns his name. So what is he going to go ahead and become? He's going to go ahead and become the franchise of the AEW.
A prototype. Bring him back the prototype.
That's going to sound really fucking stupid. It really is. I don't think he wants to be. I mean, if anything, he needs to talk to WWE and say, listen, talk to Tony Khan. We'll mention his brand on WWE. We'll give you whatever. Just loan us MJF for one night.
Not just that, but they own the rights to his theme music too. So
John Cena music?
Yeah,
true.
They own all that.
Even though it's his music.
Well, what about Thug Rights? They own that too?
Yeah, they own everything.
Yeah.
Because they own his name.
They own his likeness. Yeah.
So, that being said, probably it's his last match.
Yeah.
He's just gonna have to live with it.
Hey, more power to him. Like I said, he's doing the Peacemaker. I mean, that's been a really fun show so far. And I'll tell you what, and this is to you, Zodiac. You know how much I've hated John Cena over the years. You know how much I've hated him in the ring, his character. But I'll tell you this right now.
Yep.
I saw some great acting range from him, especially this last season. The next to last, next to last episode, the one that you and Scuba kept telling me about.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he's got a future in film. Continue with that. Don't even worry about wrestling anymore. Just concentrate on that shit.
Well, we kind of went off topic a little bit, but that's all right.
Yeah.
The next topic we're talking about is Jey Uso. I'm sorry. I don't want to upset the fans. Main event, Jey Uso.
Ooh.
Those of y'all listening, my eye roll couldn't get any louder. He's the proud owner of a new record in 2025. In 2025, he is the proud owner of the top 3 most disliked videos on WWE's YouTube page, including him winning the Battle Royale on Raw this past week, defeating Austin Theory earlier in the year, and then him winning the World Heavyweight title. Charles, thoughts? I don't need to say anything else. It says it all there.
Go.
Honestly, I
4
don't
letters,
know why.
1 word. Shit.
Shit. Listen, I don't get it. I don't get it. I think this is, and I really do hope they don't put the belt back on him. I really hope CM Punk finally goes ahead and gets his fruits. But you know what? I have it in some way, shape, or form that CM Punk gets screwed over by Drew somewhere, somehow. Because it's going to be another yeet fest with the title.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how long Seth's going to be out for, but I really hope it's not that long.
You know, it is on record, and I say this every time, how much I dislike Seth Rollins. I've never liked him. However, with that being said, Seth, come back soon.
Please. Yeah.
You know how hard that is for me to say, because
it is, but
not,
at the end of the day, you have to recognize the skills, especially when you compare it to Jey Uso.
Yeah,
I got nothing against the guy, and I'll go on record. I got nothing against Jey Uso. No. He's just not a very good, technically sound wrestler. I mean, I can't do what he does in the ring. I'm not physically sound enough to do that. So I respect anybody who gets in the ring, anybody. But the problem is that we've said it a million times before. He's a 2-trick pony. And I don't want to see him as a champion because it's just going to be him spending 15 minutes yeeting before the match and then 5 minutes in the match afterwards. Yeah. It's like, we don't need that. It's going to be a bore fest.
We already had The Undertaker who took 20 minutes to get to the ring and then do a 10-minute match. I get it. And I see it the same thing that with Daniel Bryan with the yes chant and all that. It's the same fucking thing. It's just, this is more, it's just this generation's Daniel Bryan. But the difference being is that Daniel Bryan is actually a good wrestler. Jey Uso is not. He's got like 6 moves, and that's it. And it's super kick. Super kick.
It's like,
and then
dude,
a spear.
Uso splash.
He's a carbon copy of Roman Reigns. But the thing about carbon copies is that you lose some of the luster from copy to copy. So that's my thing about Jey Uso is that I for the kids, I totally get it. And I'm okay with that. But for you fucking adults, grow the fuck up. Seriously, this is not cool. All this maybe I'm just an old man. Maybe I'm just an old fart who just doesn't get it. But fuck.
People are having fun. I can't fault them for that. The people in the arenas are getting their money's worth. The more power to them. But
I guarantee you, though, if I went to a show and everybody's doing the eat, I'll be the only one sitting down going, nope, I'm not moving. I'm good. I'll be like the fucking Miz girl.
That or you'll be like fucking what's his name from Major League 2. just hating on everything the whole entire time.
Yeah, no, Mabus. I find it funny though that when you're at a show and you see that the people are just fucking going nuts for Jey Uso, for the yeeting and everything that he does, but yet all of these dislikes, and they're like 85 to 120,000 dislikes on each video, respectively. So I guess they're checking IDs at the door. Are you a Jey Uso fan? Do you know how to eat? No, I don't. Oh, no. You gotta go. You gotta go.
You're out of here.
Are you a fan of Jey Uso? I'm wearing his shirt and I have his glasses on. And oh yeah. Okay, come on in. That has to be the case because everybody in that fucking arena goes fucking nuts. But yet the fucking numbers don't lie. Unless it's one person who created 125,000 fucking.
It's the monkeys from Superman, bro. It's the fucking monkeys.
No,
I'm telling you,
monkeys are hard at work.
Cyber or super shit.
Yeah, cyber monkeys. Yeah. They make it's funny you say that. They make a reference to the Snyderverse in one of the monkeys is talking about it. It's you got to find it on Google somewhere. But speaking of Jey Uso, again, we talked about him winning the Battle Royale this past Monday on Raw. With him and CM Punk going head to head, as my voice cracks yet again. Puberty's a bit. CM Punk and main event Jey Uso go head to head at Saturday Night Main Event for the vacated World Heavyweight title. But my thing is, did WWE drop the ball by not putting the most over guy in the company, LA Knight? Yeah. Should they put him in this match with CM Punk, or should they pick somebody else? And I'm not trying to pick just LA Knight, but is there? It's like I'll ask you: is there somebody more deserving of this title shot than CM Punk? Has already been established as the number one contender. He already earned that. That's no big deal.
Yeah,
but
very much so.
If you could replace Jey Uso with somebody else, who would it be and why?
You just answered that your own question. LA Knight is so over with the people. So if Seth Rollins is gonna be out for a while, it seems to me the logical choice would have been LA Knight because the people would have gone nuts. Granted, they got happy when Jay won, whatever. But no, I think it should have been LA. It should have been LA Knight versus CM Punk, just because LA Knight, he keeps on getting these opportunities, but they don't go anywhere. So it's like, are we ever going to give this guy the title? Is it ever going to happen? At this point, I don't even know.
Not just that, but CM Punk and LA Knight have had a little bit of history lately, so it made sense to put them against each other.
I was going to get to that too. Exactly. They've got a little bit more history going on at this point. So
LA Knight's the only one that you would put in that spot right now.
Well, yeah, depending on what their outcome is going to be. If it's going to be a situation where LA Knight won, sure. But as we already just talked about, they're probably going to give it to Jay, because let's face facts here. And I'm sorry to break this reality to everyone out there, but the only way Jay's winning this match is with interference. The only way he's going to win is if somebody screws CM Punk, and like Charles said, that's probably what's going to happen. There is no fucking way that Jey Uso is going to beat CM Punk. I would believe more that LA Knight, would beat CM Punk than I would Jey Uso every day of the year.
Yeah, agreed.
Just my opinion.
Charles, who would you put in that spot?
I got three people.
All right, cool. So that's what I want. I wanted more than one.
Yeah, I'd like three people to actually take the place of Jey Uso.
Okay.
Number one, anybody. Number two, the audience. Number three, some old grandpa in at home.
Not where you were expecting it to go.
No. I actually do have three people. So
I'm ready.
I should have seen that coming. We've done enough shows together where I should have seen it coming. But okay.
I really do have some actual wrestlers, though. I really do.
All right.
I would like to see Finn Balor, because I think a Finn Balor CM Punk.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
That I think is great. Finn Balor has just recently lost the title. They're going nowhere. It would be great to go have Finn and CM Punk throw hands. That would be, I think, a great battle. Hell, even Finn Balor, Jey Uso, to be honest with you. I think both of those would be great.
And even because Finn Balor got fucked after he won the Universal title like years. He had it for a day, and then he hasn't held a world title since.
Exactly.
Who injured him again? Who was that?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
At SummerSlam.
And the other two are actually big bruisers. Even though I know the reason why, and he would have been in this title shot if he was allowed in there. But I think Braun Breaker would be in there.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah,
I'm thinking Braun is it's his time to shine. I think if he wants to go ahead and dethrone his own leader, I think he's got the balls to go ahead and actually go for a title. I think that's in the works, but apparently just not now.
Probably WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Finally, maybe a not so popular opinion, like Rusev.
Well, he's already going for the IC belt with Dirty Dom, so I wouldn't have seen that happening anyway. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to be setting up a triple threat match at main event next weekend.
But Rusev did come across the actual. I think he came across Seth at one point in time and kind of eyed the title. So I thought maybe there was an idea there. But I wouldn't mind seeing Rusev actually with the title. I think Rusev would be a pretty good champion, and I think definitely a strength champion too as well. So
yeah, agreed.
But yeah, but if those three don't work, LA Knight, and like I said, then it would go come down to the 13-year-old that's in the front row and the 85-year-old watching at home.
If they can do that with Braun Strowman for the tag titles, why not?
Did you see his first food thing after SmackDown? Everything on the menu with Braun Strowman.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
He is no Guy Fieri. I'll tell you that much.
I'm gonna say this. When Braun was asked to vacate the title and he was carrying it, it looked good on him. It looked like it belonged on his shoulder and around his waist. So maybe that was a little foreshadowing. Maybe he's going to win the Rumble this year.
You know what? I'd be okay with that.
I'm going to call that now. I'll call Braun Breaker wins the 2026 Rumble and goes on to WrestleMania to face whoever has the title at that point. Now,
that would just take everything the Penguins said to fruition.
Exactly.
Yes,
now, if I had to pick anybody else besides LA Knight, I definitely would have put Finn Balor in that conversation. But I also would have picked another fellow Irishman, Sheamus. Long vacated. I love Sheamus. I've always, even with the bad mohawk and the fucking dreads in his fucking beard, I fucking love Sheamus. I fucking love him. He's such a great guy.
Yeah, he's my Irish champion.
He's not a very big guy. He's like 5'7". We got to see him when we set up the Great American Bash.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He wasn't a very big dude. He was very, very small. Wow. Granted, I'm 6'6", so
yeah, but I'm 5'10". It's pretty bad when you're shorter than me. I'm the runt of the litter of the family, so go figure on that. Fucking mom was taller than me by maybe a squidgen of an inch. What the fuck?
But a very, anyway. But not just an inch, but an angry inch.
Yeah, shit.
But yeah, I definitely. It's one of those things. Like I see on TikTok all the time, like these fantasy bookings and shit, and I'm like, it's great, but there's a reason why the fans don't pick the booking. Because fans are fucking stupid. They think they know what they want, but they really don't. And I know that's gonna leave a bad taste in some people's mouths, but it's the fucking truth. I mean, if the fans always got their way, CM Punk would have probably held that title for like 800 days. Roman Reigns would still be the fucking title holder right now. I think they're missing an opportunity with LA Knight because he is so over that, or he wins the Rumble. Either Braun Breaker or LA Knight wins the Rumble, goes on the WrestleMania to win his first title.
But you know something. But you know something. It doesn't always. Just because you're over with the crowd and so over doesn't really mean anything. There may be some things backstage that's happening that may not be sitting well.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't hear about how LA Knight is in the locker room. Maybe he's fine. Maybe he just isn't pushing hard enough. Maybe he's not trying to go ahead and make his voice heard hard enough. Yeah. Or they just don't have anything creative to go when he does win the title. So there's a lot more factors than just over with the crowd. I mean, yeah, that makes opportunities happen. That makes you get noticed in the writer's room, but it's not everything.
But you know what? This could be leading to something else down the road. Who the hell knows at this point? I mean, I don't know. I mean, Survivor Series is coming around the corner. They don't even have anything set up yet for.
No, they're going to wait till
War
after the
Games.
event next weekend before they do
So
that.
you know what they ought to do. They ought to just do like a War Games spinoff where instead of it being 2 teams, it'll just be like 5 or 6 different guys that enter one after the other and make it elimination style or something, and the winner ends up being the champion or
You
something.
mean like a gauntlet match?
Kind of, sort of, but essentially it's like an elimination style, just like classic Survivor Series. Do something different. Give us something different. I don't know. I'm just throwing out random ideas.
I know Jey Uso and CM Punk have been button heads lately, so that it makes sense, but it's like opportunities are there. There are other people that are biting at the chance to become a champion, but
random thought on the idea that CM Punk potentially winning at Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all remember that Jay threw Jimmy out of the Battle Royal.
Oh, that's
I got a feel. That's not. I just remembered that might play a factor in that match in one shape or another, because those two did face off a couple of years ago.
I didn't think about that just right now. That's true, and even
little food for thought.
And they have been bickering each other.
Yes, they
and
have.
not only that, but he did. Jimmy did talk to Cody on SmackDown last night about that. It was brought up, and say, "Yeah, we're family, we get it." And Cody brings up Dustin, like, "Oh yeah, no, hi, my brother. He does his thing. More power to him, and I'm gonna do my thing here." And you know, but I have a feeling it's gonna be Jimmy in some form or even maybe Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are gonna interfere in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we have it to where they bring in another member to the division and it's fucking Jay. And Jay wins. I know that's far-fetched. I know it's not going to be.
I'm thinking anything. We're going to find out maybe more active people in the division when Survivor Series hits, because they're going to have to go ahead and get 2-3 more people.
Yeah, that's true. That's like a month away, a month and a half, actually.
It could take shape as early as next weekend.
That's true. I mean, we could see it happen. I'll be on the road, so I'm going to miss it. I won't be able to watch it till I get settled. But with that being said, this will conclude this particular episode of the Jazz Zodiac Podcast. Psycho Nerd, promote your shit.
Well, you can find me on YouTube at the Psycho Nerd Podcast. I have new episodes coming out. They did say this on our other podcast earlier today, that I have an episode I'm going to be recording talking about my road to being a horror movie lover. I figure, we still got another week of spooky season left in us, so why the hell not? Something I've been wanting to talk about.
He's a horror lover?
Horror lover. Horror movies, sir.
Oh.
Who doesn't love horrors? Seriously.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's kind
of hey, horrors need love too. You know what I'm saying?
But they gotta pay.
You have to pay.
They gotta pay. And you can also find my podcast on my YouTube channel, which is Repeat Movie Viewer. So,
all right, Charles, promote your shit.
I actually, before I promote this, there was a story that I just ran across channel that was posted in the last hour. Apparently Goldberg does not really like Asuka for some reason.
What?
He made a comment
because of her streak.
He made a comment about the streak.
Yep.
Like, there'll never be another streak like this again. Well, he said, quote, they already did. Some girl at WWE, they did it on purpose. I have nothing against the girl by any means, but yeah, the whole WWE experience. I was part of WCW when we were kicking their ass in the Monday Night Wars. I didn't know what was going on at the time. I was
living
just
in the past much.
Yeah.
Asuka went ahead and said, hi, that was me. But she was very graceful and said, listen, that's just a stepping stone for me. It don't really mean much. I'm over here trying to create other opportunities and other interests as well. So it's like what he said to me or to that girl doesn't really, she doesn't hold any grudges against it. But I just thought, it was kind of interesting that Goldberg went ahead and just ousted her. Like, not ousted her. He didn't mention her by name. Also said didn't have a problem with her. But still, it's like, come on, man. You don't have to go ahead and go into a long, drawn-out conversation.
This is sour grapes.
No, I mean, Goldberg does not own streaks, okay? Just because you had a streak doesn't mean nobody else in the whole entire universe of wrestling isn't going to have some kind of a streak one way or the other.
Yep.
So, dude, shut
And
the
let
fuck
me
up.
point out the obvious here. Asuka actually has in-ring ability. Goldberg was 3 moves and that's it.
It's,
Yeah.
it makes sense that she held it for
my
that long.
argument right there.
Yeah.
You know, and
By the way, anybody want to comment on Tiffany Stratton in that match that night, last night?
I didn't see it.
Damn.
it was Botch Fest.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, that bad, huh?
It was that bad. And I don't think it was all Tiffany. I think it was the other girl, Kiana
No,
G.
but Tiffany was trying some new stuff.
She really was.
So, but it just, it was. She's gonna work on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Charles Richardson Show, Monday and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern to 10. You can find me on Facebook, also on Bluebird Radio in the UK. We're on live there, but that's like 1 a.m. in the morning. So all you early wakers over there, you can go ahead and catch my show. Again, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook and on YouTube. Just search The Charles Richardson Show. And no, I am not really Dirty Dom's mustache, even though that's what it said.
Hold on. Did you say the early wakers or the early wankers?
Wankers.
Okay. I want to make sure I heard that right.
Heavy
In Britain, you know, they love calling people wankers, so that makes sense. And again, I am DJ Zodiac. You can find this podcast either on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. The QR code there to my left will take you there. Also, as this background will tell you, we have another podcast called The Real Movie Critics. That is also on the QR code. I have everything on the Linktree page together. Not quite Googling is not there yet, but you can find The Real Movie Critics on YouTube and Spotify. Still working on Apple at the moment. With that being said, for the Psycho Nerd and for Charles Richardson, I am DJ Zodiac. This has been the DJ Zodiac Podcast. Until we see you again, remember, kids, in a world of Superman, be the Green Lantern. We'll see you next time.
Listen to me, you penguin-faced prick. Your snake oil salesman crap doesn't work on me, okay? I don't like you. I have never liked you. I have never trusted you.